day, Dawns ARKS. Welcome everyone to your weekly Phantasy Star Online 2 podcast recorded live on February 14th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me is Zance. Go ahead and say hello.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? I'm doing things, and things are fun.
Indeed, I'm sure everybody's having a fun day for their Valentine's Day today.
Forever alone.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll eventually find someone, but yeah, it's Valentine's Day, so if you have a significant other, get them chocolate or something.
Yep. Otherwise, you got Valentine's.
Actually, with Valentine's Day, I know Japan. I believe it's the females give chocolate to boys, and then a month later is White Day, where the guys will give chocolates to girls.
Yep, we'll see if that event quest does happen to come over to the global version. It may or may not, given what we've seen previously from certain scratches, but we will have to see.
But yeah, that would be nice to see the White Day lobby in global. Because it doesn't make that much sense, because again, White Day is only celebrated in Asian countries. So, it's a stretch, but still could happen just to keep parity with JP.
We'll have to see.
I guess.
But
how's your week been so far, Bright?
Week has been pretty good. I actually did take care of a certain leveling process I needed to do earlier this week, which we'll get to later in the show. And I think you said you still need to get to that at this point.
Yeah, I'm still level 73 on Clementine. I really need to get up.
Yeah, because with the new one, the highest difficulty, you need to be 75, I believe, to get into that one.
But I've been so busy this week. I got another job.
Congratulations.
It's very tedious work. It is just making toys, and I am going to have nightmares about making spin wheels. But other than that, my friend got me back into playing Smite. Have you ever played that?
No, I haven't.
It's a MOBA. It's similar to League of Legends, but you have different mythological gods from all different mythologies. Like, you got Egyptian gods, Roman, Greek, Japanese, Chinese gods.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of fun, and recent character they released, Don Zombaro. He's a Tanuki. I love him so much.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me this week was, it was more about organizing files on my computer, since now I can finally start to drop a lot of the older files I've had since I started the Twitch era stuff. And part of that includes getting back to a set of files that I had worked on prior to making that jump over to Twitch, which never got edited, but I plan to release them sometime this year. Probably when I'm just a little too busy to do much else in a particular week, and just go ahead and launch them. And there were some episodes of Ambition of the Illuminous that I've just had on my hard disk for about a year now and never got edited. So
get those uploaded as soon as you can, huh?
Yeah. I need to see how things play out a little bit through the year, and then I might know when I'm gonna release them, but I gotta wait until and see how things pan out with that first.
All right. Cool. But yeah, I actually haven't touched PSO2 at all this week. Now that if I think back to it, I actually haven't touched it at all this week. Huh.
Are you level 100 on everything?
I am on Hero, but that's it.
Gotcha. They've been doing a campaign where they've been giving out a free Tokyo bonus key every day.
Yeah, I know
for the
that.
last few weeks.
And I've been forgetting to log in to get that.
Yeah, you should do that, especially if you want to take advantage of the upcoming premium PSO2 day.
Yeah, because I do want to get Luster up to 100. I got it up pretty far, if I remember correctly. I think I got it to 81. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I also realized that Lester actually has a pretty decent damage boost on it if I were to go Hunter Luster, that being a total 70% damage increase over Itwell's 45%, I think. But I gotta see how that actually plays out, just because with the amount of damage that's come out in episode 6, that was one of the reasons I made the switch to Itwell, plus just being able to use the same photon art over and over and over and never run out of photon points. So I really have to, I really need to test to see how that would work, especially with some new units that are going to be coming out soon, which we'll be getting to later in the show as well.
Yep.
But why don't we go ahead and jump into the first of this week's topics, that being an update that we have on the minimum specifications needed for New Genesis.
Now, this is the absolute minimum, so if you have this, you can play it, but it's not going to run well. It's like,
agreed.
I guess like minimum specs is like running at the lowest setting at 30 FPS.
It's even worse than that. First, they talk about the fact that they extended the closed beta recruitment period. That's going out until March 1st at this point here now. And then the second part of this here is they've added a section here for required operating environment. And what that is an environment that assumes operations at an average of 15 frames per second or more in the battle section of PSO2 New Genesis. With the simple set of graphics.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's worse than 30. So yeah,
boy.
This is assuming worst case conditions. This is what you can run the game at for 15 frames per second.
So basically, you're running on a literal potato.
Pretty much. So let's go over there now and take a look at what we've got here. So, operating system remains the same. Windows 8.1 will probably go away once that stops being supported. Required operating environment for the processor is an Intel i3 4150
That is
or higher.
old. That is really old.
Yeah, that's a 4th generation iProcessor, and it requires AVX support, which means no Intel Pentiums, no Intel Celeron processors.
Nope.
Low and
the low to medium image quality is equivalent to Intel Core i5-9400, which I have the or i5-9400. That's actually what I have, the i5-9400.
Gotcha. I'm running on a processor that's a bit different for this, so it's kind of hard to do a comparison, but it's an i9-7900X, so it's a 10-core processor, and I needed that because once I knew that, well, actually, no, basically, my V4 computer was dying at the time, so I knew I needed to make the jump, and I realized...
Will not work. Such a shame.
Yeah, no, there's no way that processor is going to work, unfortunately. But yeah, I needed something that was a bit beefier in terms of computing processing, and really cores was the way to go at the time. And at that time, Ryzen and Threadripper had not launched. But the way things are looking now, that's probably going to be my next system. I'm debating between a 16-core Ryzen or a 24-core Threadripper.
Okay.
Let's see. Required operating environment. Low image quality, medium image quality RAM. You need 8 gigabytes. For highest image quality, you need 16 gigabytes of RAM. And keep in mind that is 16 gigabytes of RAM with nothing else really loaded into the system.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might want to consider going up to 24 or 32 gigabytes of RAM.
I currently have 16 gigabytes of RAM, but I know my brother is going to be setting up some RAM sticks that didn't fit on his motherboard to see if, and I'm going to see if that will work on my computer. Because if it does, then that will bump me up from 16 gigabytes to, I believe, 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Gotcha. Hopefully they're the same speed and timings on those, otherwise you're just going to get single channel support out of that. True. Let's see, for hard disk space, that really hasn't changed much here. 100 gigabytes in total. New Genesis approximately. Say again?
Yeah, just download more RAM. Easy.
Don't fall for those scams. That doesn't work.
There's literally a website called download more RAM. It doesn't download anything, but it's just a joke website about that whole thing of just download more RAM.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember what this was called, but I think there was a case that happened where somebody put out a product that basically increased your RAM.
RAM.
And
yes, I remember watching a video talking about this.
Yeah, and it basically, I think the U.S. government got involved and basically charged them with scamming people.
I think, but it didn't do anything. It showed those gauges and showed like, oh yeah, your computer's going faster now, when it literally did nothing.
Yep.
And that is true. Windows had trouble with loading in RAM.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was a dumb kid back in the day, so I didn't know anything about computer stuff. But now I know more about computers than pretty much more than I really should care about computers.
Yeah, I've been around since the old DOS days, and yeah, I for the most part, I can pretty much tear a computer apart and put it back together. The only thing I never touch is the processor. That's I always let somebody else handle that, and that way, if they break it, it's on their dime to fix it.
Yeah. Earliest OS that I ever dealt with was Windows 98.
Gotcha.
I think it was 98. It was the one that defaulted to that green background. Do you know about that? Was that 98?
I'm trying to remember now if it was 98 or if it was 95.
Because I know XP defaulted to the that green landscape.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think for me, most of my settings carried through in terms of what backgrounds I had, so I'm not really sure what the default was at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go back over here and let's see. For the required monitor operation or required operating environment for monitors, you need 1280 by 720 dots or more. And here's where you get to see where the graphics actually comes into play. So, required operating environment for 15 frames per second, an NVIDIA GeForce GT 430.
Oh, that is really old.
Yep. Or an AMD HD 5570. And I have an older card here. I do have a GT 570 that's not currently in use. I'm basically just using it as a hold me over until V4 finally fully kicks the bucket. It's still going, but I'm basically just using it as a server at this point for files. I don't even keep myself logged in on that thing.
Nice. So you could also use that to like set up a self-private server for Blue Burst.
True, but I don't really need to do that when I run the server locally for myself.
Ah, okay.
Localhost does work.
Yep. If you could send me the links to those files to set that up, I would like to try to set that up myself.
Sure. If they're still up, it's an older version of what the Affinia server is, but it's called Tithala, I believe.
Tithala. All right, I'll look that up here.
Yeah, it's got a weird name on it. I'll see if I can shoot you the files later.
All right.
But yeah, nothing else has changed here. No need for a sound card because most computers have that built in these days. You do need DirectX 11 or higher, and you do need a broadband environment. I don't think a dial-up is going to work in this case.
No.
Although potentially with everything that's going on with SpaceX as of late, their Starlink service might work for internet connectivity. We'll have to see if anybody actually tries playing the game like that, but should be a lot faster in terms of paying compared to regular satellite.
But still, why would you play with a dial-up internet anymore? It's like, what?
I agree with you. There really isn't much of a reason anymore to do that.
Nope.
Alright, let's move on now to the weekly updates that we have for the global PSO2 here, starting with a ByStar Gem Campaign.
First one that we've gotten. Huh.
Yep. So with this one, this runs until the 24th, and you're going to get your rewards after the maintenance on March 17th, so keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So if you purchase 100 Star Gems or more, you get yourself a Rappy Fever bonus key, as well as 1 million experience ticket. If you purchase 1,000 Star Gems, you get an Augmentation Aid plus 45. And with 2,000 Star Gems, you get the 404 Ready Greatsword emote.
2,000 Star Gems. Do you know how much AC that is?
I want to say it was... What was it? I think it was like $1 per 20 Star Gems, I think? So we're talking like $5 for the Rappy Fever bonus key. That's not that great of a deal in the end.
No.
The Augmentation Aid, you know, can we talk about that for a second here? Because there's something that's been missing from the game for quite some time, and it's the fact that we don't have anything higher than, what, a 50% Augmentation Aid? When the Japanese server had, for a long time, had available a 55, a 60, and a 65% Augmentation Aid.
Weird.
I know. I think one of those, I think maybe the 65% was given out when some players had crafted together a certain soul or something that wasn't supposed to be released yet, and they were given that as compensation. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense that we don't have the 55s or the 60s yet.
Maybe they're holding it off for something else. I don't know, but why hold it now when we're really close to NGS?
Yeah, we're about to get Guardian Soul. There really isn't anything harder than that to make at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to see how things play out. But with New Genesis coming, who knows if they're going to release that or not?
I doubt it. At this point, I doubt it. Like any of these very small missing things that is not in global yet, I doubt they're going to add at this point.
Yeah, so
we'll doesn't seem like any point to add them.
Yeah, we'll just have to see, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not too much that's really good in terms of I mean, it's an extra reward if you were still going to go ahead and purchase the Star Gems, but still,
yeah.
that's
like just buying the Star Gems for them.
Yep, and if you've been diligent in getting Star Gems, I mean, you should already have over 10,000 Star Gems if you haven't been spending it.
Only spending it every 3 months to restore those storages.
Yep. That's true. You would be able to flex the amount.
Yes,
let's
the
see.
sorting mode because you spend money.
Yep. Although, speaking of Star Gems, we do have the last of the Star Gem scratches here. And that being versus Annihilation here, which is featuring Shiva as well as the rest of the characters from Episode 6. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now here. Oops. And it does not want to go full screen. Oh well. So we've got the Shiva look, of course. Shiva's attire.
So yeah, I'm guessing it's just pretty much the main villains and characters from Episode 6 here.
Yep.
Just like how the one was for the Episode 3 villains and 4 ones as well.
Yep. And Episode 5 as well.
And 5, yeah.
I will still never get over those ear cups.
I'm guessing that is why they did the SG sale thing. Or buy the SG campaign, I meant.
Yeah.
It's so that people could get the SG for this scratch.
It makes sense. And then you got the new Kuna outfit here, the Silence Lead. And Sakuna Hime. It's a nice looking one, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
And Kotoshiro, I thought we had previously gotten their outfits, so maybe it got updated for episode 6.
I think so. That does look like a different outfit compared to his original one.
And then here you have all the Shiva accessories, Mitra's cloak. And here's an interesting scenery pass. This is from that area that was in the story only.
The spear? Oh, you can get her Shiva's throne.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, that might convince me to get SG to get that, because Shiva's throne in my room, that would be awesome.
And then you have a bunch of poses here.
You got Shiva's pose, 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. As well as Sakuna Hime's poses.
Mm-hmm. With her fan included.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty long ones, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it looks like they loop too, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a whole bunch of new outfits, and you can only get these for Star Gems. 80 Star Gems per scratch on these.
So 800 if you want to do the multi-scratch.
Yep. And that innerwear there is not leaving much to the imagination.
That's just... It's like the Band-Aids thing again.
I know. And yet we still never got the smart inner.
Nope. Well, why do we still not have that?
I don't know. It might have had something to do with the game releasing with a teen rating and then getting upgraded to a mature rating, but still, why not give us to us once we got the mature rating?
Yep. Well, it originally had the mature rating, then it got updated to the teen rating, but then it got re-updated to the mature rating.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Did that ever get updated on the ESRB site? Like, did they ever actually put out an official thing on that? Let me look at that real quick.
I don't know. No, they don't sell the smart inner.
Okay, they did finally put it up, and they do have it marked as an M rating here, so, okay. They finally put that up. Let's see, so, in terms of other things that we got here this week, we got the Renato paint, which is kind of an interesting look if you want to get some blue arms there and legs.
They didn't even touch PSO2. Yeah, if they gave PSO2 a teen rating, they didn't play PSO2.
Agreed. Let's see. You also got some other characters showing up in here. Ook, as well as who else do we have? I thought Lisa's stuff was in here, but I guess yeah, I guess it was in a different scratch in that case. Let's see. You do have the Protector set, which is for Kotoshiro. As well as Runa's ornament, which is on the back of the head there. They put it to M and then ESRB gave it a teen.
or something like that. That would be weird, though.
Yep.
Like, why would they originally give the... Like, why would Sega give the M, like, put the M rating there and then send it to the ESRB?
Yeah. It doesn't make much sense. You do also have the Omnis Renato here, which is Xiao's new outfit.
Okay.
And then in terms of consumables, you've got actually some really older... Well, maybe not older. This is general attack, so it gives you a bunch of stats more than just attack here.
Mm-hmm.
But still kind of... it's kind of weak, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
you got some...
stuff.
Go ahead.
Still outdated.
Yeah. You got some EX boosters here. You got Shiva's Throne, as you said before, plus the Spirit Realm Scenery Pass. You got music discs for the Magatsu Battle, Waiting Room, PSO2 Event, War Council, as well as a bunch of other ones here. Plus the poses we were shown before. And then at 10 scratch draws, you got the Aldina hair style. At 20, you get the Eschaton Rita Vieta weapon camo, which was basically Varuna's sword. And at 30 scratches, you get the 639 Varuna pose.
And then every 10 scratch afterwards is the versus a ticket, which just gives you you can choose which item you want from it.
Yep. And of course we have some new fun here, some new fun scratches.
Oh, so much fun. We got Camera Head.
Yep. As well as the Nobles Chanmaj.
You're literally like an old, like one of those old picture, like one of those old digital cameras.
Yep.
It is
for
the
the
entire head. It sticks out a bit there. Your head is the lens. It is gorgeous. I love it.
Yep. And then you got some new eyebrows and eyelashes here. The anime eyelashes C. You got some anchor tattoos. And then you can put some furs around your neck. You got some new headpieces here. Trident diadem.
Those actually look really nice.
They do. Then you got the Bite-O Tricolored Dumpling and the Bite-O Glazed Dumpling. Shoulder wheels.
Yeah, I don't get the shoulder wheels thing.
I get it. It's good for using certain emotes with it and just driving around.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you lay on your back and, yeah. You put some heel wheels on there as well. There you go. You're a car. Or at least that's good for Cass, at least.
Yeah.
You got leg wheels here as well.
Like there are certain outfits that are all races that look like Cass.
Mm-hmm. And then we got the heart arrows as well as glass bead earrings.
And looks then like most are repeats from last time.
Yep. So yeah, the scratches aren't too big this... Go ahead.
I like the sensor bar though.
Yeah. Yeah, the scratches aren't too big this time, but they still have some decent stuff in there. Yeah, I would not be surprised, Mega Man. And for me, I still got my Beast style cast going, so I'll be running around on all fours there.
But also remember, with the SG scratch, it is non-tradable.
Yep.
Thing you get from there, you cannot trade.
Yep. All you can do is if you don't,
you get only female outfits. Well, you got a bunch of SG recycle badges.
Yep, that's for certain. All right, and then we do have an update coming this week here. Scheduled maintenance with it approximately coming up at 8:30 a.m. New York time. So
what it's gonna add? Like
we
I
got
believe
some...
we still have the one divide. Like we're missing one divide quest thing. I think, right?
We're missing that. We're missing the last MPA boss. We're missing the Viva Las Vegas urgent quest, which might not be in this patch. It might be in the next one. And then we have the solo time-space rift ultimate quest. And I think that's it at that point. Plus the stuff that's still coming on the Japanese server, like the photo shooting mode and things like that. Which, after what we saw of that, I realized that is going to be one of the greatest machinima tools that the community has ever had.
Oh yes, it will.
Just being able to put your own character inside of a green screen or a blue screen environment, that is going to make doing that so much easier now.
Also, really good of like recording any kind of animations for like cute little GIFs or quick pictures.
Yep.
Like if you ever wanted a good transparent PNG of your character, then doing the picture mode is honestly a lot easier than getting those green screen furniture.
Yep. But that's not going to be coming with the next patch. We're expecting that probably sometime in March.
Yeah, probably around the same time that they are doing the graphics update, because they delayed that to March, right?
Yeah. So we'll see if we're finally at complete parity with the Japanese servers at that point, or if they're going to keep us one patch behind or not.
I hope not. And the same thing when it comes to New Genesis. I hope it stays in parity with JP the entire time.
Agreed. Because if they don't, that's what killed Phantasy Star Universe back in the day.
Yep. Please, Sega, do not pull a PSU.
Yep.
Ever again.
But all right. We do also have some other big news here this week here. And that being that Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to be launching on the Epic Game Store with this patch as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I have my own thoughts about the Epic Game Store thing. So, back when it launched last year, I believe. Was it last year the Epic Game Store launched?
It might have been
or was
2
it 2
years
years
ago.
Okay, yeah, it was whenever Borderlands 3 was coming out. Yeah, that. Recently, a new game is going to be coming out on PC. When I heard it was coming to PC, I was really excited. Kingdom Hearts. All the Kingdom Hearts games. They're finally coming to PC. As Epic exclusive. At their original price. When you can get the all-in-one package right now on PS4 for $30.
Yeah, what's up with that price?
So, I almost really swore there. Oh, screw that Epic's exclusivity for a whole year, and now I have to wait until 2022 or pirate it in order to play Kingdom Hearts on my PC. Second off, that price is way too high, especially when, like I said, you can get the all-in-one package, which has 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and 3 for $30 right now on PS4. I can go into Amazon right now and order that, but I don't have to order it because I already have the games.
Yep.
I hate this exclusivity garbage, especially when the Epic's Game Store is terrible. It still doesn't have a shopping cart, so whenever you buy a game, you have to buy every single game individually, along with it not having achievements.
Yeah, Epic Game Store.
Game Store that doesn't have achievements. What?
Yeah, they've obviously caused a lot of turbulence. I mean, of course, Epic Games has been around a lot before their current mega title, Fortnite, has been around. Epic Games launched back in 1991 with ZZT, and they've had other classics such as Epic Pinball, Jazz Jackrabbit, and Unreal Tournament.
And also Gears of War. Can't forget about that.
Yep. But they're mostly known for Fortnite these days.
Yep, and also the Epic Game Store, which is garbage.
Yep, so we'll see if there's any kind of collab happening for this here. If there is, we might have to detach our accounts from Steam for a day, break out the old Xbox again, and get the code to move it onto the Epic Game Store, and then move it back to Steam after that.
Props to games being on more storefronts. That's fine. It being on multiple storefronts is fine. But when it's doing this garbage timed exclusivity on one storefront on a PC, it's dumb.
I agree with you there. I mean, the only reason that could really justify those prices as well, as you were saying for Kingdom Hearts, would be if there's going to be like mod support or something like that.
Which and I don't think it's going to have mod support. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be the same people who've made those, like the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer thing. It's probably just going to be those people diving into the code and making them themselves. A Kingdom Hearts scratch? That would be nice. Have Kingdom Hearts outfits and I can run around New Genesis as Goofy. That would be amazing.
Yep. Although we should probably get the Final Fantasy 14 scratch first if they're going to do that.
But there was something else I was gonna. Oh yeah, if this Kingdom Hearts exclusivity thing is now if that's gonna happen, what's gonna happen with Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because there's already rumors of it coming to PC. I am super worried that it's going to become Epic exclusive.
We will have to see on that one. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Because all the Final Fantasy games are on Steam. Let's see how many Final Fantasy games are there on Steam? I know there's Final Fantasy.
I think it's almost all of them.
We got.
I mean, even 15 is on Steam.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's regardless of any qualms that we have with
13, 14, 13, 12, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. So
no 1 and 2?
So 1 and 2 aren't on there, but every other game is. Oh yeah, their launcher is way worse than Steam. Not just in features, but just launching the damn games sometimes. It's just annoying.
Yep. Although from what I heard, Ida's already on the case with Steam, so or with Epic Game Store, so we'll see. But yeah, regardless of any qualms that we might have, it's good that we're going to have another influx of players to PSO2. I'm sure there are some players that never installed Steam and just have the Epic Game Store because they play Fortnite. And, you know, PSO2 is a free-to-play game, so we're probably going to get that audience as well.
Yeah. Like I said, multiple storefronts is fine. Exclusivity is garbage.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next thing we have here today, and that being an update from Idola, actually no, I apologize. This was one other thing we were going to talk about. There is with this upcoming patch, we're expecting there's going to be a new set of weapons and units here to coincide with the launch of the last of the MPA bosses here. And this is just a little chart going over what you're going to need, provided the requirements haven't changed between the Japanese and American versions, or global versions rather. So the first step of the new weapon is the Dark Banisher Air Edge, and for that you need the Darkstone. You need 20 of the Darkstone Deimos. You need 50 Emeralds. You need 100 Plomnia. Now this is for the sword, so convert to depending upon the weapon that you actually have, or that you're going for rather. You need 200 X cubes. You need 200 Lumimech Emmer frags, and you need 30 ultimate boosters. And then to step it up to the final version of the weapon, you need to plus 35 that Dark Banisher Ire Edge. And then you need 150 more Darkstone Deimos. You need a Divine Eye Stone Grie, which you're going to get from defeating that last MPA boss several times. You need 4 of the Lumimec Granite Crystals, which you can get currently by trading in a bunch of Divide Metals as well as the Lumimec Emmer Fragments. Mm-hmm. You need 50 Diehards, which you can get from desynthesizing 15-star weapons, so I hope you've been working on those weapon collections files.
Yep.
And you need 300 Class X cubes, and if you're missing on that, hey, the Masquerade fight is waiting for you to grab those.
Yeah, it's pretty much, you can, with the Masquerade fight, every kill you do, I believe you do like 1 or 2 Class X cubes out of it.
Yeah, sometimes you wind up with 0, but most of the time you get at least 1 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then aside from that...
they updated the amount of times you can fight him?
I don't think so yet.
Because I know that's a thing in JP with that and the other solo one that's in JP. They updated it to where you can fight him 30 times a day.
I unfortunately, I'm not sure about that one, so...
Okay.
I guess we'll see soon enough here.
Yep.
So with the new weapon, you've also got 3 new units coming with this one. You got the rear Cras Dine, the arm Cras Noob, and the leg Cras Ment. For that, you need 50 Darkstone Deimos for each of them, and then depending upon which you want, you need a bunch of modules, which come from Divide quests. So you're going to need a combination of the Shiva, Mitra, Varuna, and Exgol. And each of the values there is how many you need for each of those units. On the far right is the total that you need if you want to get the full set. And that's basically your end game weapon and unit at that point, unless you decide to go with a different build for your units. To get yourself like more photon points or something like that. The rear piece comes with 120 built-in attack power, so that is a pretty strong unit there. And that's before any augments as well.
Mm-hmm. And once you get those augments on, ooh boy.
Yep. Alright, moving on from that, we have a small update for Idola on the global side. Phantasy Star Online 2 Saga Episode 2. That will be launching on March 11th. And we have a little bit of artwork to go along with that here as well. And then on the Japanese side, there is the Melty Valentine Step-Up Gacha for Stella here. She is a limited Stella character here that is a paladin and is a speed type.
Alright, see you there, Samuel.
Yep. Once again, with this type of scratch, you step up each time and you are guaranteed the character at step 5. It has the typical assortment of character achievements. In terms of the character achievement symbol, is the you get the chocolate spear. Apply a stack of support protection at the start of battle, and its potential is to increase damage done by elemental blast by 15%. There is also a Descent Quest boost stat period until February 16th. And there is a reprint going on of the Descent Quest Theater Remnant, Wind type. That remains until the 16th as well. And you get the event weapon symbol Leuven Hoylen from that. When the character's HP is below 50%, increased damage inflicted by 17 or 25% at max. Potential ability, decreased damage taken from elemental blast by 10%. That one could be pretty useful in the arena.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
There's also the event soul symbol Calamity God Theater Remnant. On the turn after attacking an enemy in a reverse rush, decrease all enemies' defense by 8% or 15% at max level. Also has a potential ability, can trigger twice per quest. And then for your first clear rewards on each step, you get 100 star diamonds.
And
there's
Stella, another version of Stella is boosted. How many versions of Stella does Idola have?
It's let me think. You've got the regular Stella, then you've got the Stella X, then you've got the Stella Memory where she's young, then you've got Valentine's Stella, you've got a New Year Stella, you've got a Summer Stella. There might be one or two more versions of Stella out there, I'm not sure.
So many reskins of the same character, jeez.
Yeah. Then you've got there's also the second part of the limited collection quest, Valentine's Day Rhapsody Part 2. For that, you have the event symbol Angely Heart, rather. At the end of each turn, recover HP by 5% or 15% at max level. Has a potential ability at the end of each turn, cure the longest lasting status debuff. And by equipping that, you get an EXP boost on characters that have it equipped. There is also the Brigade Battle Deluxe campaign going on. During this campaign, you can get twice the amount of coins and merit, and special prizes for completing objectives. For achievements for that, if you join or are already in a brigade, you get 1,000 star diamonds. If you win against a brigade one time, you get the type orb attack +1. Same for if you win 2 battles and 3 battles. If you participate, or rather, if you attack in a brigade battle at least one time, then you get 50 of the Rainbow Book experience +3. Attack 3.
Pretty much like clans in other games?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
If you attack a brigade 3 times, you get the Full Moon Candy, which I believe goes onto your idle mags. And then if you attack 5 times, you get a 5-star character gotcha 10% ticket fire. So increases the rate from 2.5% up to 10% for a 5-star character.
So you're still not guaranteed to get a 5-star character with that.
Right.
That's dumb. But yeah, that gotcha's gonna gotcha.
Yep.
What can you expect?
Yep, and speaking of gotcha's gonna gotcha, there's a Star Diamond sale going on.
Yep, same as usual.
Yep. Well, this one's slightly different here. First one here gives you, for 9,000 yen, you get 17,300 of the paid Star Diamonds and 1,500 of the free Star Diamonds. So that's actually double what you would normally get out of one of these campaigns.
That is a lot.
Yep. But still, you're spending 90 bucks there.
Yeah.
For, what, about 5 pulls or so?
Every pull is 3,000, so let's see here. About 6 pulls.
6 pulls, okay.
Yeah. Maybe 7.
And then there's also a couple more sales going on here. For 4,900 yen, you get 4,100 paid Star Diamonds, a 5-character gotcha 10% ticket of Fire type, and then a 5-character gotcha 10% ticket of Wind type, and 1,000,000 Meseta. And then for the other one here, it's basically the same thing, except you get the Water and Earth element gotchas instead.
And again, it's a 10% chance to get a 5-star character.
And that's just a single ticket, if I remember correctly, not a not a 10 stack.
And knowing how my luck would be, if I got those, I would not get it. It would be like a 2-star thing or something.
Probably, yeah.
Oh wait, no, 2 stars aren't in gotchas. In those gotchas, it would be
3-star.
3-star then.
Yeah. All right, let's move on now to the other thing we had here for today. which is an update to Clementine. So do you want to take this one here, Zance?
Yes. I'm actually playing Clementine right now as we speak. Because I need to get that grinding up. Alright, so we got a new event going on. Is PSO2 considered a gacha? The scratches are. Like, you have the outfit scratches. That is a gacha mechanic. So, just on the outfits, it's considered a gacha. But when it comes to gameplay, no. I would consider PSO2 just an action. It's an action multiplayer online game. So it's not an MMO. It's an MO. If that makes sense. Would you agree with me on that, right?
Yeah, I would definitely agree on that. Action online RPG is the better description of it, just because of the limited size of the characters. We start to approach MMO levels in New Genesis, where you can have up to 32 characters.
But even
or
then,
32
that's
players.
still not massive. That would just be. That's still like very much instance based. So
That is
something
true.
like Destiny, that's an MO game, not an MMO.
But yeah, PSO2 was basically the culmination of gachas done right, essentially.
Yeah. It's just outfits that are gachas, and that is it.
And sometimes support items, but that's about it.
So if the gacha affect how the gameplay is, then yeah, that's a gacha game. But if it's a game with a gacha mechanic in it, but it doesn't affect the gameplay, then no, it's not a gacha game. I hope that makes sense on that. So anyway, updates to Clementine right now. We got an event going on. Protectors K. It's available in the Guardians branch on the 5th floor of Slaya's city. You need to select the normal mission, not the special mission counter. The special mission counter will just boot you right back to the 5th floor. The Jago Amuro and Rappy Amuro, which are the Valentine's Day versions of the Jago and Rappy, will spawn exclusively in this mission when it is available. Jago and Rappy will continue to spawn in all other missions. Protectors K is expected to be available until March 1st, 2021, and during this period, Falling Boost will be available, which is EXP and MP payouts raised by 50%, Bolton Art EXP raised by 100%, and Casino Voloyo will give 2 silver per day instead of 1. We got some small updates on items. The Mugen Rukuk now has correct model. The Rio Bimtorek has a correct model. Matohono and New Year's Sphere also now have correct model. And SPF bottoms and Amoroso boots are now available at the G modes on the Guardians Colony 2nd floor. So new outfits to get. Yay. My Room. Players can now filter items by element in the player shop by appending the element at the end of the search term. Element keywords are fire, ice, electric, ground, light, and dark. So let's say you wanted to search for a fire saber. You can put saber space fire, and then it'll only show sabers that have a fire element.
I love being a ranger. I don't have to worry about that at all.
Nope. Yeah, every single ranged weapons comes as a neutral element. The elements in ranged weapons come exclusively from the bullets that you attach to it.
Yep, and same for force weapons and techniques.
Yep, force weapons also don't have an element attached to it.
It's just your melee classes that have to worry about this.
Yep. And me being an AT, like, on one side I don't have to worry about it, but on the other side I do. Fun.
AT being Acrotecher.
Yep. That's my main class. System updates. Level cap has been raised by 10 to 85. Guardians branch of the Guardians Colony is now using the JP setting because the Protectors K is a Japanese exclusive quest. So if it wasn't used the JP setting, it would cause issues. NPC, the travel between branches in the Colony Guardians branch is enabled. So in each Guardians Colony, there is a person you can talk to and then teleport you to every branch of the Guardians Colony. it's a very quick way of traveling between the different planets rather than going to the space gate and then going over to those planets.
Yep, especially because now you can skip the cutscene.
Yep. Oh yeah, it skips over that cutscene of you flying out of your ship.
Granted, you could kind of already skip it.
Like every time I went to a planet, I just mashed start just to skip that cutscene as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's why I moved my room to one of the other planets, because then you never needed to see the cutscene.
That's smart. The NPC at Foreign Waterfall can now sell consumable items again. An issue where the client would interact with some objects wrongfully during loading has been resolved. That actually occurred with me. I got that weird message that said items were out of sync.
Gotcha.
So I had to reload my game because of that.
I don't think I ever encountered that since the relaunch, to be honest.
It happened with me once, and that is it. And also, a handful of database issues have been resolved. So it might have been the database issues that was causing it. I don't know.
Possibly.
But yeah, it happened once. It hasn't happened to me again, so I'll just leave it at that. Yep.
And Protector's K is a pretty big quest for what it is. I pulled up also the page related to it here, and basically it has a bunch of cool stuff going on here. There's rank C to S available. At the start, you're able to select different music tracks to play throughout the mission, and then you just got tons and tons and tons of drops.
Yep, because there's different routes you can take. Now, this can be confusing to people who haven't done Protector's K before, but there is like different routes you can take, and depending on, I believe it's the route you take or the things you choose when you're at the boss gate, which boss you face at the end.
So the way it works is you have 3 choices for the first area, 3 choices for the second area, 3 choices for the third area, and then 4 choices of which boss you want to face. Mm-hmm. And all 3 paths lead to the same choices of the 3 next paths, essentially. Yep.
So the 4 bosses you can choose. So there's like these 2 interactable pillar things. If you just don't choose anything, you'll get Dark Falls Final. Mm-hmm. I believe the right one is Dragon. What are the other 2?
That being the White Beast Dragon.
Yeah, the White Beast Dragon.
The other 2 are the Demogolus, the flying boss on MoTube, and then the last one is Mother Brain.
And the best one, honestly. Mother Brain is honestly the easiest boss out of all 4 of them.
Yep. Although you do have some bugs to deal with.
Yeah. Still the easiest boss out of all of them.
Yep. And you get some pretty nice drops, even at the end here. Mm-hmm. I managed to pick up what I think was one of the first 13-star double sabers in the game.
Nice! Congrats!
So I'll be looking to sell that thing since I don't have any plans to play a Phi Gunner.
Yep.
That's the only thing that can equip that right now. But yeah, lots and lots of very nice drops here. So yeah, just get to hunting, because this is where you're really going to be able to power up your characters if you're running this on S rank.
Yep, you got 16 days to get through this. Actually, no, not 16, because February. So it's until the March, so it's 2 more weeks here.
Yep. So get hunting, take advantage of those experience increases and everything like that.
Yeah, I really should level my ults as well. There's so many other games to play. I just got a Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury as well. And I've just been so busy with that, and also Smite with my friends, that I just haven't had time to grind in other Phantasy Star games.
Gotcha.
Yep. and also work. That's also been taking a lot of my time.
True.
Yeah, 10-hour work days are not that fun. But hey, I get Fridays off, so that's my grind day.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our last topic here for today. Just some general information coming out from Sega Sammy in terms of their earnings in the third quarter here. The really big story that came with this, of course, is the fact that revenue is down due to COVID-19. And that's despite soaring game sales, which really was kind of the big story of COVID here in gamers in general. As people have been cooped up in their homes, they've been looking towards games to keep themselves occupied, and so that's why game sales are soaring. But because of everything else that's going on, especially because Sega is not just only a games producer, but also the producer.
Okay.
Say again?
Aren't they also arcade?
Yep, they've got arcades. I think they still have a theme park, or maybe they shut that down sometime last year. Plus, Sega Sammy is also known for their pachinko machines.
Yep.
So yeah,
actually you can find some of the those kind of pachinko machines in Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yep. So, all that said, Sega Sammy revised its forecast for the full year, with the result expected to be decreasing 7% year over year, for a total of 276 billion yen, or $2.6 billion in sales. Operating income has been revised upward, with a 10.5% rise expected, reaching 9 billion yen, or 85 million. And they have also announced a new structure, splitting apart its video game and amusement divisions. So, that is going to basically untie their arcades units from their games at this point here. And really, given what's going on with COVID, it's not surprising that they're taking this step here.
Yeah.
They have a new CEO as well for Sega Sammy Holdings, and that is Haruki Satomi. So, best of luck to them in the new position.
Yep. Kind of hard to work with what's going on right now with everything.
That is for certain.
But I wish them luck. I don't like seeing businesses fail, even if I don't like that business that much. I just don't like seeing, like, I just don't wish ill on people. That's it.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I'll complain about Epic Game Store all day long, but I don't want them to fail. I just want them not to be garbage.
Agreed. Put some effort into your stuff. That's all gamers ask for. Don't release the same game year after year after year, and it's just a roster update.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have on my end then. Got anything else to add in?
No, that's pretty much it. Aside from all that, it was actually a pretty quiet week, so a short show this week. But we will see what happens next week if we're going to be getting any other big announcements. New Genesis probably not, since they're still in that recruitment period. So this is probably going to be one of the last big updates that we're going to get for Global, if I'm being honest here.
I just hope that there's something that comes out about that recruitment period, like when the second beta is actually going to happen then.
I would expect once it's over, as long as everything is on track with getting those bugs fixed, we'd probably be looking at it maybe for the weekend of the 6th or the 13th of March.
Hopefully.
Yep.
And like I said before, I hope I get included into that.
Same here. Yeah, and of course, with bug fixes like that going on, that really causes an issue in terms of us being able to put on a show here, because what can we do when there's no news coming out?
Yeah, that's true. I guess we talk about the older Phantasy Star games. We play through some of the older ones and then have a discussion about it.
Potentially, that might be one idea. In fact, I know of somebody that might want to show up on the show and talk about something that they've been working on over the last year or so, over on PSO episode 1 and 2. But I got to talk with them about that first.
Alrighty. Like, I was thinking, hey, how about you play the original Phantasy Star and I play the PS2 remake of the first Phantasy Star, and we do compare and contrast on those.
That might be a fun one to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just shooting out ideas. Just anything to keep an interesting show, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, especially when, there's not going to be much coming out once this last patch hits here, unless Global actually does have some other major patches coming, but we will see about that.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
that's all I have for me.
Same here, and that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Zance and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.